Hello my friend, in today's video I'm gonna talk about the importance of English because there are so many things that are not being taught basically, because this thing English is gonna give us so many advantages in the future going forward. So we don't have to forget about this sort of advantages this language can give us. And there are a bunch of things that we need to talk about related to importance of English. And I'm gonna talk about all of those things. So of course all of those things that I'm talking about will be talked about. Let's get started. And the first, benefit of learning this language is that it is gonna give us so many advantages over others if you're learning English, and it is going to be very useful in business as well, because if you wanna spread our business across the country, across the so many other nations, then in those countries it has become must, because if you don't know how to communicate with the other people, or if you don't know how to do all the other stuff related to business, and that thing is being done in English. This is the important fact that we need to keep deep down in our mind, that all the important thing is being done in English, and there are a bunch of other things that is being done. And the fact that we are being shocked with that fact that all the great thing is happening in English. So this thing, my friend, if you don't know how to communicate with other person or in English, we may have to face a lot of problem, a lot of difficulty. And that's why most of the people are saying that I don't know English, and I don't know how to communicate, in a better way. And due to that reason, I'm not getting that much lead. I'm just, suffering in my business, and I'm not able to get that, trust with which I was, in which I'm supposed to play. So, of course, you're gonna have to face a lot of difficulty if you don't know how to handle, or how to communicate with people in a very effective way. So English is gonna give you that edge, that advantages, that you'll be more comfortable, and you'll be more uh, you'll be more efficient with your work. So in business, oh my god, it is so very important. And even in job sector, my friend, all the big jobs, and it doesn't matter that thing is happening in private sector or in government sector, because in both sector it is playing a huge role. And even in great companies like Amazon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, this kind of company, most of the big company especially are taking interview in English. So most of big interview are being held in English. So we're gonna have to consider this fact that yes, if I want to get this job, I'm gonna have to prepare my English skill. I'm gonna have to achieve this level of English, because this seat is going to help you a lot in anything. And in today's new changing era, it has become a part of our day-to-day life. So you're going to have to consider the fact we don't have to try to overlook, we don't have to try to avoid this, because it is not going to help us in any way. And if this thing is not going to help you, why don't we just try to avoid this? Because we're going to have to embrace the reality that yes, most of the people are committing this mistake. That's why I'm talking and I'm emphasizing over this point over and over and over again, because I know that this thing is gonna help us a lot, and this point is gonna help us achieve our dream. Yeah, it is gonna help us in so many ways that we haven't even expected. And most of the things that we haven't even heard of, or we are not even thinking of, that in so many sector this thing called English is playing a huge role. And we need to understand the value of this particular language, because if you are just overlooking, if you're just tolerating, and if you're just underestimating the power of this language, so we may not be able to achieve the thing that we are supposed to achieve. So we don't have to irrespect of this language, because if there's a quote that if you wanna have something, then you have to start respecting that thing. So you will not be able to achieve something that you don't have respect about. If you don't have respect about that thing, you will not be able to achieve that thing. So it's a kind of fact, and it's a a get reality, and that's what we gonna have to understand. And the people who are not understanding the power and the opportunity that this language can get you, so we may have to start doing that, because if we not do that, what's gonna do that for us? Because this thing is gonna help us a lot. It doesn't matter whether we are doing any kind of business across the country, because and there's a fact that even in our own country there are a bunch of languages that we don't know. Of course we know, more than 2 or 3 languages, but we don't know that much language. Our country is full of languages, so we're gonna have to focus. And most of the people, like even in our country, are speaking English. So if you wanna spread business, even in our country, then we're gonna have to face difficulty, spreading our business, because until we can talk to people in a very effective and simple and understandable way, how can we spread our business if we can't talk about that business to people? So that's why we're gonna have to learn this language. It is gonna help spread our business across the country, even in our own country, talking to people, because the more clear we talk, the better that is gonna be for our business. So we're gonna have to talk in a better way, in an effective way, so that we'll be able to communicate to the people in a very effective way, and there will be a huge possibility to spread our business across the country or even in our own country. So that's what that we talked about business, and even in governments or in any interview, and doesn't matter that English has become a part of our life. And if you don't English, there's a huge possibility that your interviews is gonna go in the wrong direction. So the fact is need to be held in your mind that this thing is gonna help you a lot. You have to start learning this language, and if my friend, if you're putting in the work, if you're putting in the effort, with the consistency, then you will be able to learn this language in the course of 6 months or within a year. So it's not gonna take that long, because you're gonna have to devote some of your time learning this language, and it is gonna help you a lot, because in your career in so many ways that we haven't even expected. So and there are so many other areas of our life, so many other part of areas in our life that we even can't think of. So it is gonna help in so many way. We're gonna have to start learning this language, and it has more benefit. It is gonna open so many doors of success for us, and it is gonna grant us so many things that we don't even know about. So it is gonna help us a lot to start learning this language, and it is going to be very powerful tool if you have this sort of skill. So thank you so much for today's video, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any sort of question, and if you think that there was any point that I sort of talked about and I missed unfortunately, so I'm really sorry for that. And if you have any sort of question, and if you have so let me know in the comment below, and I like to give the answer or the reply of your question that you're gonna send to me. So you need to write that down in the comment below, and I'll be replying all the comments of yours. So till then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.